All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about the language of the market. We're going to learn how to look at a price chart, not as a bunch of random scribbles, but as a story, one that has a clear plot, characters, and a real direction.
So, have you ever pulled up a price chart and just stared at it? It can look like total chaos, right? Just a mess of jagged, unpredictable lines bouncing all over the place. But what if I told you that underneath all that apparent chaos, there's a hidden logic?
So that's what we're going to do first. We are going to pull back the curtain and show you the hidden order, the structure that turns all that noise into a really clear signal.
See, here's the thing. Every single move you see on that chart, whether it's big or small, it's not random. Nope. It's all part of a logical sequence, a constant battle between buyers pushing prices up and sellers trying to shove them back down. And that pattern, that sequence, that's what we call price structure. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like the grammar of the market. Once you get the grammar down, you can actually start to read the story the chart is telling you. It is absolutely the key to making sense of it all.
Okay, so how does this whole structure thing actually work? Well, it's simpler than you might think. It's really just built on a basic two-step rhythm. Let's break down these two fundamental building blocks.
All right, so on one side, you've got what we call the impulse. This is the big, strong, confident move, the one that shows you who's really in charge. And then on the other side, you've got the correction. This is just a temporary little counter move. You can literally think of it as the market just taking a quick breather before the next push.
And this is where it gets really cool. This back and forth, it's not just lines on a chart. It is pure market psychology playing out right in front of you. Every single one of those corrections is a test. It's a little battle to see if whoever's in charge, the buyers or the sellers, still has enough juice to keep this thing going.
So you take this constant rhythm, this impulse correction, and what does it build? It builds something we can all recognize, a trend. Let's look at exactly how this creates a pattern you can actually see.
And you know what? It's actually super simple when you boil it down. An uptrend, that's just a series of these big impulse moves up, followed by those little breather corrections. But each correction stops at a higher point than the last one. That's how you get your higher highs and higher lows. A downtrend is, you guessed it, the exact opposite. And this is perfect because it tells you exactly who's in the driver's seat. You see that clear pattern of higher highs and higher lows? Boom, buyers are in control. You see lower highs and lower lows? Sellers have the upper hand. The structure is literally telling you the story. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit, because these trends, they don't just go on forever, right? They have a life cycle, a story, really, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we can break that story down into three distinct phases.
So, the whole story of any big trend plays out in these three acts. You've got accumulation, then expansion, and finally, distribution. If you can understand this sequence, it's like knowing exactly which chapter of the book you're in.
So, first up, accumulation. Think of this as the quiet before the storm. After a big price drop, the smart money, the big institutions, the really experienced players, they start quietly buying things up. This usually makes the price just kind of drift sideways in a tight little range. They're loading the boat before anyone else even knows what's happening. And then, bam, expansion. This is the breakout. This is when the market just explodes out of that quiet little range because, well, everyone else is finally catching on. This is the main part of the trend, where you see that FOMO, that fear of missing out kick in, and it's usually backed by a huge surge in trading volume. And finally, we get to the last chapter, distribution. So remember those smart players who got in early during accumulation? Well, this is where they start selling and taking their profits. That powerful upward momentum starts to fade, the price gets a little choppy, and often goes sideways again. It's a huge signal that the trend might be running out of gas and getting ready to turn around. Okay, so we've got the rhythm, we've got the trend, we've got the three phases, but there is one more absolutely crucial piece to this puzzle that ties it all together. And that piece is context, because without it, you can misread everything. And this quote right here, it just nails it. Think about it. If you're zoomed in way too close on a chart, a simple little pullback, one of those breather corrections, can look absolutely terrifying. You might think, oh no, the whole thing is collapsing. But if you just zoom out, you'd realize it's just a healthy pause before the next big move up.
So how do you get this context? The tool we use is called multi-time frame analysis. It's pretty straightforward. Let's say you're looking at a daily chart, and the main trend is clearly going up. But then you zoom into an hourly chart, and it looks like it's in a downtrend. Well, that's not a reversal of the big trend. It's just a correction playing out on a smaller scale.
You have to see both to get the full picture. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Trying to keep all these different layers straight in your head can feel, well, a little overwhelming. The good news is we have modern tools that are designed specifically to help us see all these dynamics and cut right through the noise.
So, for example, a lot of modern platforms are built to help you see this stuff clearly. What they do is they integrate the raw price action with other key indicators, things you've probably heard of, like moving averages, trend lines, or volume analysis. All of this works together to help you spot those really crucial transition points where the market might be shifting from one phase to the next.
And this brings us to the most important point of all. Understanding price structure is not about having a crystal ball. It's not about predicting the future. It's about understanding what is happening right now. It means you stop reacting to every random little tick on the screen, and instead, you wait for the structure to tell you what's really going on. It makes the market's movements, well, understandable.
So I'll leave you with this one final question to chew on. The very next time you pull up a price chart, just stop and ask yourself, am I just reacting to the noise, or am I actually taking a second to step back and read the structure? Because that answer, it could change everything for you.